Hello and welcome to the first episode of Sci with V. My name is Huy, and in this episode, Dr. Vo and I will be talking about 6 points that we believe that are important to our mental health during COVID-19 season. Let's go.
We probably can agree that the COVID-19 pandemic has caused much disruptions in our lives. Perhaps you're somebody who had been sick due to the coronavirus, or that you've had to take care of a family or a loved one, or you've had friends who went through it or had passed as a result of it, or you're a frontline provider and everyone calling you a hero, yet deep down inside you're afraid. Even if for some of us, we're fortunate enough to not have gone through all of the direct consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are still having disruptions in our life. And in that way, we wanted to take this time to acknowledge that for you, and then also to provide you with some tools that might be helpful to engaging right now in the midst of all the stressors you might be experiencing.
Number 1. Knowing what's within and without your control. Let's start with a circle. Write down everything you have control over inside the circle. You may consider things like, what do I eat? Who I talk to? What I do to preserve my health? What do I want to watch on TV? And even which politician I vote for in the upcoming election. And things outside of your control may be what other people do, other people's health, what's on the news, how the government responding to crisis, how long school remain closed, and what the weather is like. Relinquishing the need to control what you cannot control will help you cope with stress and prevent you from feeling overwhelmed.
Second point we want to talk about is managing expectations. Now, a lot of us become more stressed or anxious because we're expecting ourselves to be doing too much during this time. Now, we know that our stress response is a way our body responds to the things that are happening around us. Our stress response is an automated response, and in some ways, we don't manage that well because it's not within our control, really. And so we want to be able to talk with you about managing your expectation so that in this time, it's okay to maintain and just survive for a little while. And being able to give yourself that permission will not only calm your stress response down, but then also allow you to be more productive because you're able to manage the stress in order to move ahead with the things you need to be doing.
And I want to add to that point is that in this season, some well-meaning people, they say that you should take advantage of this time. You have so much free time. What are you doing lying around? You should not be lazy. Well, they are well-meaning, but they forget a very important point that we are not taking a vacation. We are sheltering from a pandemic. So listen to your body and be kind to yourself. Point number 3, notice your feelings and thoughts. In this season of collective stress and anxiety, you can feel more agitated, more easily angered, suddenly feeling sad about your situation, worry about the future, or notice you are more distracted or thinking about things that opposes your value. It's completely normal for these thoughts and feelings to come. But we should not let ourselves get caught up in them. That's very important. You can do this by being mindful of your thoughts and feelings and label them. For example, if you notice these thoughts and feelings come, ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it kind? If a good friend of mine knows that I'm having these thoughts, what would they say to me? And you can also choose to focus on what would be a kinder thought? What would be more helpful for me right now? What productive and constructive options do I have? I know a person who draws when negative thoughts and feelings come. For you, it may be exercising, dancing, woodworking. Do what works for you.
The method you're talking about, which is identifying your thought and then questioning it and challenging it and restructuring it, are very helpful ways And these are ways that research has demonstrated for us to be able to change our mentality. The moment we can change the way we think and our perspective on it, we are able to change our mentality around how we perceive life and what we do with it. The next point I want to talk about is changing your behaviors, right? So while we're not very good at changing how we think or what we feel, a lot of times what people do is they have successes immediately in putting that out and then avoiding it, but then it comes back and it comes back time and time again. The thing that it's most enduring is a change in your behavior. So I want to encourage you to do something about it, right? If you're feeling a certain way, do something to help yourself, not allow yourself to dwell in it too much. The thing that we want to do is we want to ask ourselves questions like, well, prior to COVID-19, I probably had once before wished I had more time to do something. So what would that be like? What are those things, those projects that I've had to put off time and time again because I just hadn't had the time to handle them? Like read the books we haven't read that's been given to us or we bought and it's sitting on our bookshelf. Watch the movies we haven't gotten to watch, or the series on Netflix, or do the things that we enjoy, entertainments that we enjoy. Visit the friends or talk to the friends that you haven't had the opportunity to. Call and reach out to your family in order to reconnect with them. So the thing that I also encourage you to do is look for opportunities out there to advance your skills in a way that is doable for you, and come up with your goals for the next year. And it could be personal goals, it could be career goals, it could be project-oriented goals, it could be ministry goals, but list out some of those goals. And in fact, do it with your family even. Once you have a list of all those things, pick the ones that are most, that are easiest for you to do and sort of low-hanging fruit. You want to pick the ones that you can do, because from doing small tasks, you're building yourself the confidence to be able to do more and more of the difficult ones.
And point number 5, involve other people. Low activity and social disconnection are two of the most fundamental factors of low mood, low motivation, and low energy. So choose to do something and connect with others while you do them, if possible. You don't have to feel isolated due to physical distancing. You can watch movies with friends, exercise in a virtual room together, start a watch party on Facebook, call people you believe needs to be comforted, and reach out to connect with others if you need. Chances are, if you need it, they will need it too. And as many places in America and around the world is opening back up, you and your loved ones might have different reactions to that. Some might take a more cautious approach, and others might not. It's important not to let this difference hurt your relationships. Remember, you cannot control how other people react. Stay connected, lovingly voice what you need, and respect people's boundaries.
And also just voicing how you feel about things, or how you're generally feeling, might help other people be able to support you and more meaningful and impactful for you. The 6th point I want to talk about is taking this opportunity to see what's there for you. It is an opportunity to really just reset and pursue the things that are fundamentally important to you. While your children aren't at school and they're having free time and you're not commuting to work necessarily, you have the opportunity to set some fundamental family values and practices in place so that you're in hope that you can continue these things in the future. So if you haven't had the opportunity to do so, call family meetings. These family meetings could be in the structure at which you're doing actual devotions with your family, or you're just having a family to talk about everybody's schedule and what's to be expected, what everybody's goals and projects are. And in this way, it helps you communicate with each other what your needs are and how you can each support each other in a way that builds your family network. Whether or not we are in a pandemic or not, we have never been able to understand and know what tomorrow can afford us. So all we have is today. We can also take action and initiative in doing what we can today to make our life worthwhile and the moments we're afforded worthwhile. So I just want to let you decide for yourself how to best proceed, but the best way for me is just to be in this moment and to really do what I can at this point in time. And that concludes our session for the day. We hope that we've provided you with some information you can take and use. Again, I'm just going to encourage you to do the very best you can in this moment and be mindful of how the stress could impact you. and cope with it the best you can. Thank you for checking in with us again, and we will see you very, very soon. Have a blessed one.